Verbis configuration. My name is Kim. My voice and text are created in Verbis. I hope you find my presentation rewarding. Verbis configuration. Configuration and settings in the Verbis app. First, you can create an approval process for the translation version. To create the automatic approval process, you can distribute the automatic approval process or create your own approval process to approve the translation versions. After the approval process, you can go to the Google Translation connection where you upload the JSON file that you received from Venizum or created from your own Google Cloud account. By selecting the JSON file and uploading it after a short time, you can test the connection to see if it connects successfully. Then you can modify the Verbis settings. In Verbis settings, you can enable and disable different Verbis connections and other settings. If Auto Create Content is selected, Verbis will automatically create content and move it in the translated box. If Auto Create Content is not selected, the translator manually needs to move the machine-translated text into the translation box by clicking on the relevant button. Then one creates a combined CSV file. It includes all translated content from all versions. If Create CSV is selected, Verbis creates a CSV file for each version. Create Speech file will automatically create the voice file for each translated version. Translation Workbench gives you the possibility to translate the user interface for Force.com applications if the application supports the Translation Workbench. If you have installed the Verbis extended package for Salesforce Knowledge, then you get more options in the Verbis settings. For the rich text format, you will need to add the formatting options you will use in the Verbis HTML editor. If you use Verbis for translation of Marketing Cloud and Pardot, you have separate settings tab for them. In voice setting, you will add the default voice with settings for each language. Also, a sample text can be added for testing of each language. In Setup Picklist value sets, you can find two global value sets, one for language and one for voice. Here, you can deactivate the languages and the voices you do not require. Voices with a star at end of the name indicate its high-quality voices. It is important to update the translation template. The template Salesforce CMS is used for translation of the CMS and the Translation Workbench. Here you will find the pre-created versions. You need to update the name of the translator in Default Translator and pick your preferred voice if audio is needed. All target languages you want to work with need to be in this list. Only the translation template version needs to be correctly updated. Other information will be read from the XLIF file, 1.2 or 2.0. For a standalone translation, you need to create a template. We have pre-created one that we call Sample Template. This template should have settings for the main language and the target translation language in template versions. And then the content block needs to be created in template content. These steps make it working with Verbis translation smooth and easy.